Marvel Rivals Hot Takes Part 3. First up, circling back to my roll queue comments from an earlier hot take video. As you climb up the ranks from low elo into high elo, you will find a lot more competent players who are willing to play a good team comp for the sole sake of winning. Roll queue is only an issue, in my opinion, in the lower ranks where selfish, non-conformist players dwell. Down in the depths of silver, you will have brain-dead Bob insta-lock magic every game because that's the only hero he's comfortable playing on, even though he's worse than the Chicago Bears in the fourth quarter with timeouts left when playing her. In higher elos, there are definitely players who will main a hero that they are good at. Don't get it twisted. However, unlike brain-dead Bob, players in higher elos have a mindset of, I care more about my elo and ranking up no matter what, that I will play whatever class and hero I need to in order to give my team the best chances of winning. You don't see these types of players down in the pits of elo hell. That's why their low IQ asses are stuck there in the first place. I know it might seem like a long shot, but these I will do anything and everything it takes to win players do exist, and I see them often as I've climbed through the lower ranks into the higher ones just in the past week. I mean, since Ranked has come out, I have lost games in Silver because one mouth breather refuses to switch heroes when the team needs some help. And in that same vein, I have won games in Diamond because one player switches to a meta hero that allows our team to counter the enemy's team comp. There's no reason to mandate a roll queue when you're in a high trust rank, where every player in the lobby is trustworthy and capable enough that you know they will do the right thing every single time and pick the necessary hero that your team comp needs to win. This roll queue debate is a social, low-trust player conformist issue, not a dev-centered game balance issue. Next up, I don't know why, but as a former Overwatch player since day one in 2016, I can't believe I'm admitting this, but I actually like that this game is in third person. Typically, there is so much going on in these respawn objective game mode shooters that being able to quickly see around you because of the third person POV is actually very helpful, and it aids with your situational awareness. I feel like third person is better for gameplay than Overwatch's first person perspective, in my opinion. Third, I don't think Mantis should have that much healing considering how much damage she's able to put out. I'm fine with supports in this game having more tools to defend themselves and make sure they aren't defenseless against assassins. That's okay. But some of these specialists be having more burst damage, poke, and lethality than some of the DPS in this game, and I don't like that. In my humble opinion, this game should not have its ban system locked behind the diamond rank threshold. Every rank should have a fair chance to ban whatever hero they don't want to deal with, or ban a hero that can ruin their team comp's win conditions. Bans are the only method of defense teams have against some of the BS team comps that are emerging in Ranked right now. I'm looking at you, 3 tanks, 3 healers, wannabe GOATs comp. And denying players below Diamond the ability to ban whoever they want is counterproductive in terms of creating a healthy ranked environment, in my opinion. Second, I don't think Jeff should be able to kamikaze his life when he's in his ultimate. Put the guns, pitchforks, and guillotines away. Give me a second to explain myself. Just hear a brother out. Being able to Shark 2 his enemies off the map is fine, because it gives them a fair chance to try to use their movement abilities to jump back onto the map and have a fighting chance. However, just this week alone, I have seen multiple videos, including one of myself, of Jeff getting a lucky 5-man or 6-man ultimate and then committing literal seppuku off the map to ensure that the enemy team can't fight back and that the team loses the game because of it. In my opinion, that's a cheap way to lose a hard-fought game. And the fact that he can sacrifice himself to make sure that the devoured team has no counterplay is a cheap and dumb gameplay mechanic for all of its intents and purposes. Third, Psylocke should not do that much damage considering how relatively easy she is and how much survivability she has. Her ultimate is one of the most BS, oh no, I'm too far behind enemy lines, let me press this big red get out of jail free card button that I have ever seen in my life. And that's saying something, because I've had the pleasure of living through the League of Legends Season 3 Kassadin era, if you know what I mean. In my opinion, I think it's fine for an assassin to have a lethal ultimate as they are designed to win a 1v1 versus any character in the game, barring a few tanks. However, I think her ultimate is toxic mainly because you can't target her or do damage to her when she's performing it. So if she just activates it and you happen to be close by on accident, you just get handed a free death without any prior warning otherwise. Fourth, that null symbiote map, Clintar or whatever it's called, is the worst and most toxic map to play in the game, and I bet some of y'all can agree with me on that one. That first point feels like literal cancer to both take and defend. The push the cart path is a scam too. It sets you up to take free poke damage on attack, and on defense it has too much space on the sides for you to get flanked from, which makes it really hard to have clean teamfights, as there is always some DPS flanking around the back trying to have a conversation with your backline. Lastly, I don't know about y'all, but I love the loss protection system that is currently implemented into Ranked. After years of playing ranked modes in video games, I have always had the unlucky get on at night and play my first 2 games and immediately lose and get discouraged, so I get off for the day. The loss protection feature is low-key nice because you'll feel less anxiety about free falling in Ranked if you happen to get a couple of unlucky losses in a row.